too much out of me. This is Thomas Muller. He's much younger. He's got some good legs on him. This time a long range attempt coming in from Kinuschuk. Eventually flying well over the bar, but showing his dangerous ability. The man who's been recently voted as the greatest Ukrainian player of all time. Quite a compliment considering that he comes from the same country as a certain Andrei Shevchenko. Into the 20th minute. Karanjit Singh has pulled off one good save but has been beaten once, and in a rather feeble way, a soft goal conceded by the Indians to Mario Gomez. That enables Bayern Munich to enjoy a 1-0 lead at the moment in this match. This is slipped through the Indian defense once again, caught napping. Another defense splitting pass, but unfortunately for Bayern this time around, Gomez wasn't quick enough to it. First to it was Karanjit Singh, the youngster from Punjab. This is played with Sangalkar Sports Club, the defending champions of the I-League, of course. Looking to win this ball, fighting for it, scrapping for it, but the physical difference between the two teams is quite obvious in most of the shots that you can see on your screen. On average, I'd reckon there's at least about 4 or 5 inches of difference between players on either side, and particularly the defenders and the attackers in the Bayern Munich side. Lahm is perhaps a little bit of an exception, but most of them well over 6 foot. Make no mistake, 2012 is a very, very important year for Indian football. In March, they play the next edition of the AFC Challenge Cup, which will enable, should they win, to qualify for the AFC Asian Cup in 2015. This time, the edition to be held in Australia. And the AFC Challenge Cup, of course, will be held in Nepal. And India have been placed in a very, very difficult group alongside Tajikistan, Philippines and North Korea. They'll have to be at their finest if they want to proceed further. They, of course, hosted the last edition in 2008 and went on to win that as well. Possession for the Indians, looking to build on something here. A couple of good passes. Rokas Lamare at the center of things. Baichung with a touch, turning this one back. First to it is Goramangi. Bavarian not unduly bothered about that. They have possession once again. Jerome Boateng. Rafinha. Was intended for Baichung, and indeed had Boateng not got across to it, would have been an interesting situation because there weren't too many defenders back there. Could have well led to a one-on-one situation between Baichung and the defense, but critical intervention coming in. Now this time Robben slicing this one up. Good bit of work from Vashum. There's Agni Vashum, of course, now plays with East Bengal, but made his fame as one of the youngsters who came through the ranks at Churchill Brothers. As always, giving it everything he's got, and in the process getting a few knocks along the way. No questioning this man's commitment, whatever the situation, whether for club or for country. Can the Indians get something out of this? The free kick comes in, but it wasn't a particularly purposeful one. In fact, possession has gone straight away to the Germans. Here comes Thomas Muller. Schweinsteiger. Rafinha, he's got Robben to the right, but chooses to go back with Schweinsteiger. Badstuber with a long ball aimed at Robben. Delightfully well controlled, but Ibrahim Nabi, who comes away with the spoils. Robben wasn't too impressed with the challenge, but there was nothing wrong according to the referees. And this time a free kick going India's way thanks to the tenacity of Ibrahim Nabi. So just a little bit of spunk shown by the Indians first, and this tackle coming in from Nabi went in with his studs flying. There's no doubt about that. And then winning a free kick as a result of this particular challenge from Rafinha, where he just seemed to mistime it, perhaps by a second or so. Back with Robben. Rafinha. Bachstuber. Mushchuk. Lam. Back with the Ukrainian. He finds Schweinsteiger. Robben has got some support inside the box. If he chooses to go with it, he goes for a goal himself. Not too sure if that was the original idea, but definitely changed his mind at the last minute. He had a lot of players to try and pass it on to. Perhaps just noted Karanjit a little off his mark, and that's what he tried to do, just try and bend it into the goal. Would have been quite a spectacular finish had it been pulled off. He is a little magician, and he's got a reputation as one of the best left foots. Left feet, one should say. This is being sent into the box, and it's a feeble touch though from Gomez. The last time around he got into that position, he got a goal for himself, but this time Karanjit Singh was wide awake to that possibility. Mangi Singh with a bit of an agricultural clearance, but it's been picked up by Baichung. Just getting it too far away from himself, but he's still going to chase this one now. Well, Manuel Neuer better be careful, because Baichung has scored goals like that. I can recall one which he scored in the 2006 National Football League. It was at Kolkata when he was playing for East Bengal against Franza. And the goalkeeper just got a pass back and took it casually just for a split second, and before he knew it, Baichung was under his nose and celebrating a goal. Philippe Lam, intercepted by the Indians. Rakesh Masi is first to it. This is Sushil Kumar Singh. Sushil on to Baichung. Getting into a good position himself, but Baichung goes for goal. And just a wry smile from the Indian captain, underlining the fact that there weren't enough players to pass on to. Sushil was making a run for it, but had Baichung tried to go on to him, that would have been an offside. The way that Sushil had timed his run. Rafinha. Muller. Robben. Got some players to try and pass it on to Muller, is first to it. And the Indians once again not great conviction in their clearances. And that has been the problem thus far. Perhaps a little bit of stage fright, the fact that they're playing against Bayern Munich. Overawed by the occasion. A lot of them real youngsters and real novices when it comes to playing at this kind of level, and then this is turning out to be quite an overwhelming experience, I'm sure. 28 minutes in, 1-0 to Bayern Munich, and could be their second if Gomez gets some space for a shot. Chooses to go with Robben, who turns it back in, and it's a simple finish and a good one as well. This time it's Thomas Muller. And inside the first half an hour, Bayern Munich showing their class here with a truly powerful performance up front. Arjen Robben has had a role to play in both goals, as indeed has Thomas Muller. The first time he was the provider, this time the tall young striker with a very, very well-timed jump. Gets to the ball before his marker and before Karanjit Singh. And just as simple as that, it's 2-0 to Bayern. Not much that the Indian defense could have done about it. And once again, underlining a point I was making before about the physical difference between the two teams. The fact that Muller, all he needed to do really was just get his feet off the air. And once he did that, he was always going to be a favourite to get to that ball, in spite of the likes of Gauramanghi Singh and Govind Singh fighting for it. Now Robben, once again, he's been such an influential figure down the right for Bayern Munich. To think that they haven't taken to the pitch with Frank Ribery could have been terror from both sides. Baichung Bhutia. Robben with a delightful feint there, but the ball that he put in through for Rafinha just had a little bit too much weight than what he needed. Little Brazilian just jogging back to his mark. Well, Thomas Muller impressed one and all when he came on his previous India visit, and he's got off to a pretty decent start here. Had a pretty big role to play in both goals thus far for Bayern Munich. And a player of superb pedigree as well. The best young player and the Golden Boot winner of the 2010 World Cup. So definitely somebody who's done it all at the highest stage possible in this game. Schweinsteiger. On to Philippe Lahm. The Bayern captain sprays it on to the left. A few red shirts in there, a good cross in, but well read by Karanjit. He's been rising in stature as the Indian goalkeeper of late. He had to read that perfectly because it was whipped in nice and low by Thomas Muller, with Mario Gomez intended to be the recipient of it. Arjen Robben, Boateng. Baichung. A little bit too much on that ball for Rafinha to chase down. Nabi with the throw. Looking for Clifford, but no problems at all for Bayern Munich in regaining possession. Philippe Lahm. Schweinsteiger. Thomas Muller's strike in the 29th minute, incidentally, was the 17th goal that Bayern Munich have scored in 3 games, inside 3 games within the last week. They've been playing a few friendlies of late. There's Frank Ribery, who had a couple of goals in the match against Al Sailiya, a team, second division team from Qatar that they played in their first friendly on Thursday night. Ribery scoring a couple of goals. Ivica Olic scoring 5 goals in a 13-0 pounding that they handed out to the team. And then a 2-1 victory over Al Ahly of Egypt. Now this time a shot coming in. Gomez with his left foot this time.